And disturbing new details have emerged in the drowning of a 2-year-old boy in a park almost a year ago to the day. According to search warrants, the mother told detectives that she thought her son was possessed. And that's not all. Queen City News anchor Morgan Francis has been poring over the details in the search warrant. And Morgan, we got some pretty shocking discoveries here.
Yeah, pretty shocking, Brian, disturbing, you name it. In the first search warrant that was executed in March of last year, detectives say the mother gave vague and inconsistent statements claiming she blacked out on the timeline of events. This latest search warrant went into more detail about why detectives believe she killed her own child. It was March 12, 2022, around 9 a.m. when investigators swarmed Park Road Park after a 2-year-old child suddenly drowned. The child's mother, Natalia Suero, is the one who flagged down an off-duty police officer. Despite CPR, the little boy died. Suero failed to show up to the hospital, and when authorities went to her apartment, her own mother asked officers if she threw her son into the water. Later, police officers claimed Suero gave inconsistent stories, saying her son ran away from her down a hill, dove into the water, and began swimming, despite also telling officers he couldn't swim and never had lessons. But a newly released search warrant for an Apple iPhone revealed much darker details. In what's called a phone dump, detectives discovered Suero's location services had been turned off around the time of the crime, and prior to her son's death, she had searched possessed child on Google. Here's where things get even more disturbing. When confronted about several discrepancies in her story, Suero said her son was, quote, teleported from her to where he was found by Jesus. She said she believed he was possessed by demons and that she knew how to get rid of them. She told detectives she was glad he was in a different place. Investigators also claimed the path to the water was full of fallen trees, leaves, and aggressive holes, which they say would have slowed a 2-year-old child, conflicting with the mother's story that she couldn't catch him after he took off running. Furthermore, evidence suggested the little boy was in the water for 1.5 hours, drastically changing the timeline of Suero's story that the drowning happened within 15 minutes. She remains in jail, charged with first-degree murder. Brian.
Oh, just